Alright guys, so I know it's been a while since I recorded and the engine probably looks completely different, but I figured I'd show you guys now before it goes in. As you can see, it's just about getting ready to go in. Last I recorded, I believe I was showing you the whole clutch install. I finished that up, torqued everything. And I want to start with, because I didn't get to show you, the up pipes you saw in that clutch kit when I was installing the clutch were the wrong up pipes. There actually is a difference. I showed you the pedestal, that there's a difference between the early 99 and late 99s. There's also a difference in the up pipes for them. So these are late 99 up pipes now. The issue is if you put early 99 ones on, they're too low to the turbo. So figure that all out, got those on. Wiring harness, got that fully installed, pretty self-explanatory. Had to put that late 99 bracket on because now there's 2 solenoids instead of 1. All plugged in and everything. So yeah, accessories are on. Got that fan on. I mean, it's ready. And I do want to tell you guys one last little hiccup we had. Literally the last thing we did was this dipstick here. And I would put the dipstick tube in. I bought a brand new one. And the actual dipstick would not go down the tube. Long story short is Dorman shipped this pan for an OBS truck, I guess. So it was adjusted. There's 2 adjustments to this, and it was going straight up instead of sideways, which would then cause the dipstick tube to bend on the bottom, which would make the dipstick not be able to go down it. So to take that back off, rotate it this way, and get it in the right position. So yeah, now we are also, and the valve covers. You might be able to see that's definitely not paint. Got the valve covers, the spider, and the intercooler pipes powder coated. This color is Illusion Cherry. See the sparkle in it, but very nice. Came out really, really nice. I think the color combo is super clean. Camera gives it no justice as always, but pretty cool, and it's even got a little sparkle in it, just like the Illusion Blueberry does in my other truck. So let's take a step back for you guys and show you again just how good it looks. I mean, just super, super clean. And this is what came out of it. Show you guys a little comparison. But anyways, now got the engine crane set up. We're gonna try to get it in here today, and I'll record what happens after that. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So as you can see, the engine is now in. It took a little bit of moving around, wiggling as always. These 7.3s are literally a kind of a contact fit. You're always kind of rubbing on something when you put them in. Really, our biggest issue, and it wasn't even, every time we do this, there's some sort of issue, because you just have to align this stuff. But obviously the trans wasn't in the original position, because we lowered it and had it resting on a piece of angle iron, and yeah, so we had to figure out, we had to get the engine really close, and then it was clear that the pressure plate was kind of hitting the trans, so we had to wiggle it a little bit, push it to the driver's side. A lot of jacking up and lowering both the engine and the trans, and you'll finally reach that alignment. There was a point where I think we wiggled the engine at one point, and it kind of just thumped and fixed itself. Got a lot closer in place. And when you're doing it, you're always just about, you don't even see. You're just about rubbing. The studs are like rubbing this when you get real close. But you should still have enough weight off it to push it in with your hands into those holes. So all the trans bolts are in now. Just gotta put those motor mount nuts on, and then we're on assembly again. But yeah, we've definitely had worse experiences. This is probably honestly one of the smoother ones we've done. So yeah, and that color just looks insane. It's in a white truck. So keep you guys updated. Yeah, and to tighten the trans, well, once we knew it was locked where it should be, The dowels look like they were somewhat where they should be. You want to try to put some bell housing bolts in, see if those thread in, and if they do, those really help press the engine together to the trans. So definitely want to do that. Let me know if you have any questions. Alright guys, well I kind of want to finish off where I left off on where I was recording on this. So a couple things. The reason why all these videos are kind of delayed and kind of weird, and maybe some stuff might look weird, like I think there might be one clip of it outside and it's summertime. Pretty much I finished this truck and was rushing on, what was it? Rushing on a bunch of other things, a bunch of other trucks. Didn't get to upload any of these clips, and never really even got to finish like the whole thing. So I'm gonna finish it right now. It is now January. The last clip you saw was in June, so a couple things have changed. So basically the engine, very clean. I can't complain about anything that anything. I mean, I took it for a test drive. I've drove it a lot while it was summertime. I'm not driving it in the winter. This is an Arizona truck. There's not a speck of rust on it. I don't see it. It's two-wheel drive. There's literally no reason why I would ever drive this in the winter. So it's kind of in hibernation right now, but the thing turned out great. Very, very clean for the whole engine part of the build. I mean, there's not a speck of dirt, not a speck of oil, nothing on this engine. Down to like no joke, I can't even show you, but everything is new and clean painted on this engine. I did make this my own little air intake for this with parts I already had laying around. Maybe one day I'll get a new one, and maybe one that's powder coated to match, but right now it really doesn't bother me and it gets the job done. Might not even be a cold air. It's an air filter. It's a filter. All right, I know. I can't wait for that argument to come up. Its purpose is to keep the dirt out of the turbo so it doesn't blow up. There, maybe it might not be cold air. Here got a hood stack fabricated for it. It's pretty funny. It's not permanent, but at the time this thing was like, if you saw it going down the road, you pretty much just wanted to get away from it. It's extremely smoky. I think I showed you that clip. And how I actually have it is, another thing is all right, here, let me just get this out first, is big hole was cut in the hood. And what's different, I don't know if you guys have seen the Hellcats and like the whole shaker concept, but unlike a normal hood stack where it's cut like right here and then a piece is actually drilled onto the top of the hood, when you close the hood, you'll see the stack shake with the engine, which is pretty cool. Yes, the hole's massive. I'll even shut it so you can see. Yes, the hole is massive. It doesn't look too bad. It's kind of, in my opinion, it's just funny and something that not a lot of people would do. But changing that around. So now that the whole engine part of it is done, it is time to actually make this truck look pretty tough. And when I say pretty, like I'm gonna do everything on this, just like every other truck. So don't worry. Next up, pretty much, is I've got a cowl hood for this. It should look pretty cool. We're gonna throw away, or not throw away, but we're gonna take out the hood stack, Gonna most likely do a fender dump on it, and it is going to come out very clean. Right on the side of this fender here, it's gonna be a hole right here and like a little chrome tip. It's gonna come out right here. It's gonna be pretty tough, pretty loud. The things should be smoky. Front end wise, it's getting a new grill. We're gonna go with a new grill, new headlights, putting a bumper back on it. So don't worry about any of that. Bumper is going back on it. Go make our way back here. I think a lot of you guys already kind of guessed I was gonna do this. It's a single cab, long bed with no bed on it right now. Just as a reminder, there is not a speck of rust on this. It's from Arizona. Show you guys underneath it, give you guys a little idea. I mean, there is not even a sign of rust. So I'm gonna cut the frame in half on this again, and pretty much make it a shorty. 16 inches are gonna come back off it. My buddy's gonna weld it. He's gonna weld this thing back up. We're gonna put a plate behind it. It's gonna be ready to roll. I've got a rear end for this. Posi rear with 410 gears that's gonna be going on this truck. I've already got a short drive shaft for it, so I don't even have to cut this whole drive shaft. So carrier bearings coming out. That just reminded me of. Well, anyways, I think I have a drive shaft for it. If not, I'll cut this and we'll figure it out, because this is the carrier bearings. It's 2-wheel drive, but definitely gonna figure that out. Nothing that's gonna stop us. I've got a short bed for it that we're gonna put on. It's not perfect, but there's no rust on it. There's some dings and dents. It's not perfect. I'm gonna get wheels and tires for it. I'm not really sure what route I'm gonna go yet, but definitely a 12 wide. I can't put 14s on this only because it's so low and the whole rubbing issue. But gonna go with I've never done anything like this. All my trucks are lifted, 4-wheel drive. I've never done anything low. Probably gonna get 20 by 12s, probably 20 by 12s with a real street tire. Maybe the new 420s, or even something more street than that. But borderline slicks is what I want to get for this. That's kind of the plan for it. Not straight slicks, but like borderline. Like I'm not gonna drive this truck in the rain. I have no purpose to drive this truck in the rain or snow. This is literally a toy. To make that clear with you guys. You might notice, or you can't see, I can't get a good angle because there's no room in this little garage here. But I have reverse shackles on it already, and the front still dips a little bit. So I'm gonna make this thing real low. Yes, I understand that's probably the fact because the front coils are sagging so much, but for now, what I think I'm gonna do is take one of these leaves out, or take out however many leaves I need to take out of it. So it'll get lower and lower, and maybe it'll be level with the front. Maybe one day I'll get coils for it, I don't know. But moving on to the interior, I'm also going to be changing all of this out. So these seats are going to be coming out. I've got black seats that are in a little better condition than these that I'm going to be putting in. I've got a Harley-Davidson edition. 6-liter gauge cluster that I'm going to be putting in here. I've got Harley-Davidson whole dashboard that I'll most likely be putting in here, at least the black part that goes all the way around here. So that's going to be black. I've got the Harley-Davidson black trim pieces. This is going to be black. That's going to be black. So a lot of it's going to be turned black in here, which is all pretty cool. You don't really find that a lot. Obviously a new head unit, and I'm going to be going through that. So yeah, that should have everything caught up, but I want to be very clear that this build is by no means over, and that it is going to be getting everything. It's just a matter, it's just time. I'm going to school again for another 3 months, and then when I come back, we're gonna get going on this thing. Because the 6-liter should be good to go by then, I really hope so. It's gonna be getting taillights, headlights, third brake, everything. I just want to make that clear. So Thank you guys for watching this build, and staying along with the whole process of the engine. I mean, the transformation is just one of the best transformations I've had, because when we got this truck, it was a pig. No rust on it, but the engine was an absolute pig. I've never seen so much grease or rust on a truck in my life before. So yeah, this came out great. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next part of this build.